NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell today saying that NFL football players should stand for the national anthem. He repeated that basically sentiment, but that the NFL would not pass a new rule requiring players to stand. Watch.
We believe everyone should stand for the national anthem. That's an important part of our policy. It's also an important part of our game.
Did you get a commitment from the players that they will stand for the anthem? Did you ask for it?
We did not ask for that, so. No, we spent today talking about the issues that our players have been trying to bring attention to about issues in our communities to make our communities better.
Roger Goodell made those statements after President Trump blasted the NFL this morning for failing to pass a rule, tweeting, quote, "The NFL has decided that it will not force players to stand for the playing of the national anthem. Total disrespect for our great country." And a new Gallup poll shows the NFL is losing fans over the anthem protests. 57% of American adults now say they are fans of pro football, but that's down from 67% back in 2012. That's a 10 percentage point swing. Gallup noting that NBA, NHL, and pro soccer have gained fans over that time. It's not down 10% over 5 years. It's down 10 percentage points. Joining me now, former NFL player and author of Liberalism, or How to Turn Good Men into Whiners, Weenies and Wimps, Burgess Owens. Good to see you, Burgess.
Hi, Liz. Good talking with you again. Looking forward to it.
What do you think of Roger Goodell not getting a rule to force players to stand?
Well, I think we should take a little further. Maybe suggest that everybody show up to work. But it's okay if they don't show up, they won't get fired. You know, business is all about setting parameters to protect their brand. That's the one part of it that they don't get, and that's going to be taken care of. Fans are speaking what they believe in. My concern is on the other side. We have very wealthy, grown men that are still asking for permission for wealthy white men to take care of their problem. We have a lot of things going on in the black community. 83%, guys, of black teen males are not working. 7% of black men forsake and abandon their families. Crime rate is going through the roofs, illiteracy. All those things have been happening in our community for a long time. So these players do have a reason to be upset, but it's not against the NFL. It's not against white people. It's against those people who have been running these communities forever.
And it's not against the flag, right? It's not against the flag.
Yeah, well, they've been teaching against the flag. I understand in the black community, the message has been going through black entertainment television run by white people, white Marxists, that's anti-flag, anti-American, anti-women, anti-family. If you look at what we see, you see the riots every 4 years. That's what's been taught. So these young men are coming out of an environment that's all they hear. So now that the cover's being pulled back on these people, I think America now has a chance to really fight where it needs to be fought. And that is going into communities and giving these kids hope, letting them know that the American dream is alive and well, giving them a good history of who they have been in our great past. And one thing our past has not done, they've never asked for pity.
You know, Burgess,
we're not a race. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
We're not a race that's asked for pity. We command respect, and all we ask for is that those who are voting for these socialist Democrats to help us take the boots off the necks of the black race by not putting them in office anymore. We need to move on and get hope to everyone.
Here's my question. Do you think the NFL is losing fans over the protests? Because it looks like, you know, J.P. Morgan Chase and Credit Suisse, Wall Street shops are saying the networks are going to start losing ad revenue. The viewership looks like it's down anywhere from 6% to 7.5% for the first 6 weeks. So what do you think of that?
I think this is, I think it's called crony corporatism. There are people who never built a business, didn't understand what it took to make this brand as great as it is, and they've been put in charge. They have no clue how to save it. No, they made a miscalculation last year that by allowing these young people to energize the black vote, that it was not going to hurt them. Americans have drawn a line. We don't want it. And guess what happens when people start getting the habits of doing other things? They might not come back. The NFL is damaging their brands unbelievably, and they don't have the vision to understand that they need to man up, have these guys stand up, and let's get this thing done. Let's talk about these issues, but not when the flag is flying and when the anthem is being played.
You know, we hear a lot of talking. That talking is going on with Roger Goodell. I mean, of course, everybody of their right mind says, yes, you should have the right, the First Amendment free speech right, to protest and to oppose social, basically oppression. Nobody's against that. Is the other side, are the players, is Roger Goodell, do they get it that minorities lost their lives fighting for those First Amendment rights that the flag represents, and that the fans get what they're about, but they're just saying, you know what, out of respect for the flag, it's a Sunday, we don't want politics coming into our living rooms. We understand what you're about, we get it, we agree with you, we just think it's offensive that you're disrespecting the flag. That's it. Do it on your own time. Take to the microphone on your own time. You've got nonprofits. You're powerful athletes. Do it on your own time. Go ahead.
Not only do it on your own time, but if we're going to have a conversation, I love this word conversation. We don't need to have a conversation with the NFL or the president. We need to have conversation among ourselves. If we're going to make this thing change and make a difference, it's going to be black people. Conservative blacks are going to have to get in there and get the message out that we have to find and bring the cancer out of our community. And these are the elitists. These sorry black politicians who sat back and watched our race be demeaned and damaged the way it is. So we start having those kind of conversations and then voting against those kind of people, then we'll move forward. And I'd be very happy to see that day come.
Burgess Owens, I'd love to see you debate that at Berkeley University or any other university. Good to see you, Burgess. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Liz.
Go buy his book. He's a great writer. Good to see you, Burgess.